My name's Damien Curtis. I'm the head curator at the King's School in Sydney, and I've been head curator for 3 years. I initially sought out Trimax because our mowers just weren't efficient or was just literally just costing us way too much money with maintenance. I wanted a efficient mower that was also cost effective and being able to give a really good quality cut also. We've got about 17 hectares of Kikuyu sporting fields, quite vigorous growth. We're cutting probably 3 to 4 times a week, so we're just after something that really leaves a quality finish. The Snake has improved our fields out of sight, certainly a big step up from what we were using. The mowers before we purchased the Trimax that we'd use on the fields were predominantly 16-foot wing mowers. They were varying degrees of roller mowers, not quite as big, but also they were just very old and brutal, and we found actually almost damage to grass. So the improvements on our fields once we started using the Snake, we found was that one, it left a better surface, less bruising to the leaf, less footprint. So even though we tow them with quite big tractors, we could use them when the grounds were quite wet because it's got a really good centre of gravity, and just a lot better finish and really good feedback from the sporting clubs that use the grounds. The machine's really easy for our guys to maintain. There's only very few grease points. We do take out the PDO shafts and grease them once a month, but it's basically a very easy unit for all of our staff to maintain, and that helps when we don't have a full-time mechanic. Pattern cutting here is very important for our school. We do a lot of striping. Traditionally we use a lot of cylinders for that. We found with the Trimax that it's because of the head speed of the actual PDO shafts, we get a really fine cut. The rollers actually roll the leaf over really well without bruising the leaf. It's very important to us, and we can now present fields like they've of the same quality as cylinders while using the Trimax. One of the good features of the machine is the lifting of the decks. We find that especially with pattern cutting, we're coming to the end of a run, so we need to lift decks, but not necessarily lift it all the way up. So it's got a feature where it just lifts up 10 inches off the ground. We can do our 3-point turn, come back ready to set for another run, and the ease of lifting and lowering decks is a really good feature on the machine. I'd definitely recommend the Snake to other operators if they're in similar situations to what I am, or even if they were mowing not quite as much ground. A very versatile machine, very easy to use, but gives you that really high standard finish.